Hello guys and welcome to this video. This is MDubs here, and I am here to talk about the announcement that we got for Wave 4 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. So the Nintendo Direct happened, and they dropped that they're going to be adding a brand new Nitro track to the game, and that track is called Yoshi's Island, and it is based off of, well, Yoshi's Island. And not just that, but they made a huge announcement that they're going to be adding Birdo into the game, and also multicolored versions of Birdo. So this means that after having such a meh roster for such a long time, they may actually be working on it. We'll get to that in a bit. But for now, I want you guys to take a look at my reaction. I was literally at break on work. The full trailer isn't quite there, but I mean, I reacted enough, so you guys can see that.
At work right now, but I'm just now watching. Nailed it. Everyone who nailed this course, who said this course.
Birdo, who originally
oh my goodness, they're adding characters?
Mario Kart Double Dash is also being
oh my
added
gosh!
to Wave 4.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, they're adding characters? It's just multiple skins? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Wave
That's
4
huge.
of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster
That's
Course
huge.
Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game races onto the Nintendo Switch system this spring. Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC at no additional cost. The DLC can also be purchased on its own.
Whoa, that's huge.
So yeah, I was really excited to see that trailer. It was just really awesome. And, you know, people had predicted this one to be in Wave 4. And they did a really good job with this one, because there was no evidence pointing to it being in Wave 4. It was just using logic to process of elimination for which wave that this track that had been dynamite would appear. So basically each year for Easter there's a Yoshi tour, and people thought that they would bring this track into Mario Kart Tour for the Easter tour, which would line up right about when this wave was about to release. So yeah, good job to everyone that predicted this would be in Wave 4. It was a really good theory, it held a lot of water, and it turned out being true. This is a huge announcement in another way, because not only did we get Yoshi's Island announced, but literally not even a week before we had Piranha Plant Cove announced and playable in Mario Kart Tour. You know, there's lots of empty slots for new Nitro courses that'll be coming into the next 3 waves. So yeah, I mean, it kind of goes to show that they really are working on a lot of Nitro courses. So that's really exciting. There's lots of Easter eggs in this Yoshi's Island track, and I could point all of them out if I wanted to, but I'm just going to refer you to my friend's video. His name is J Soldier Pro, and he pretty much outlined everything that was in the background. So yeah, I'll have his video in the description, and you can take a look there. But yeah, this looks really fun, so I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. But let's move on to Birdo being announced. It's pretty huge that they included Birdo because, well, first of all, we had no Mario Kart Double Dash tracks for the first half of the wave, and I mean, we still have no announcement of Mario Kart Double Dash tracks, even though we know they're coming. They announced a character that premiered in Mario Kart Double Dash before they did a track for the Booster Course Pass. I just find that kind of funny. While I'm not the biggest fan of Birdo, their inclusion into the game sort of just goes to show me that they're probably going to add more characters. And Birdo, on one hand, seems to be like they're going to be for free, like it's just included in the Booster Course Pass. As for the possibility of more characters, well, I think there's a pretty good chance of that happening too. There's a theory that my friend Lee brought up, is that the roster would look kind of tacky if they only added one character to the roster, because there's 6 rows of 7, so it would just be like one character in their own row. So yeah, that's currently 42 slots, and then Birdo would make 43, which is like a prime number. It really couldn't mold the character selection roster into a rectangle. It would just look really weird. So I think his point there holds a lot of weight for sure, and I would be very surprised if we didn't get more characters in the future. So let's go through the list of characters that were in a mainline Mario Kart game, not Mario Kart Tour, but were just not included in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So those characters are Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Funky Kong, so there's 3 Donkey Kong characters right there, Honey Queen, Paratroopa, PD Piranha, Rob, and Wiggler. And then we got quite a few new characters into Mario Kart Tour that I also want to point out. Pauline, all 4 of the Hammer Bros, Monty Mole, Dixie Kong, Nabbit, King Bob-omb, Kamek, and Charging Chuck. Like I said before, we had 2 Nitro tracks announced within the span of a week, and those were Yoshi's Island, which was shown in the trailer, and Piranha Plant Cove, which is now playable in Tour. If they're wanting to add more characters into the game, when they bring Piranha Plant Cove into the game, they'd be like, okay, well let's sneak in a character for that as well. And what better character than PD Piranha? I would absolutely love it if PD was playable. He's probably near the top of like my desired playable characters. So we possibly have a DK Donkey Kong track coming, because there's something called Mob DK. It's not necessarily a Donkey Kong track, but I think the chances of it being a Donkey Kong track are pretty good, especially if they're bringing new characters in based off of the Nitro courses that they bring into the game, such as Birdo for Yoshi's Island, and possibly PD Piranha for Piranha Plant Cove. For the DK, if it's a Donkey Kong track, I mean, they could definitely bring in at least Diddy. Like, it's a crime that Diddy is missing from the game, and that this game has almost been out for 10 years, like including Mario Kart 8 Wii U version. Diddy for sure, and then next on the list would be Funky, and then maybe Dixie, but that might be stretching it. Anyways, we got another data mine course called Mob BR, and supposedly it's one that takes place in a bathroom. Like, there's data mine bath bombs, and I think there was like a rubber ducky data mine. So yeah, it would take place in like a bathroom. I couldn't really pinpoint a character on this list of characters that aren't playable. By the way, the list doesn't include the arcade characters just because it has like 0 representation in the booster course pass. But anyways, I can't really think of one for the bathroom course, so maybe they'll just be like one of the Wave 6 ones, and then like there's just a course that brings more attention. I don't know. But I do think that there, at least for PD, holds a lot of water, and potentially for the Kongs, for the DK track. So I kind of have this theory that each wave that comes out has had a gimmick so far. Well, Wave's 1 gimmick was obviously just the booster course pass itself, and also bringing in tracks from Mario Kart Tour. And also tracks like Paris Promenade and Tokyo Blur, where you might not be taking the same path each lap. So that's Wave 1's gimmicks. Wave 2's gimmick is that they brought in brand new Nitro courses that hadn't even made their premiere in Mario Kart Tour. Like, for instance, they did a trailer for Sky High Sunday before it was even playable. So it just showed the fans that, hey, they're bringing new Nitro courses that we've never played before. And also catering to fan service, as in, like, people were kind of disappointed with how Coconut Mall was with the Shy Guys just sitting there. But now they do donuts, so that's pretty awesome. Wave 3's major gimmick was the inclusion of custom items. And Wave 4's gimmick is a big one. New characters. Or at least a new character. I'm sure they'll add more characters. Whether they'll be free or not, that's another question. But I'm stoked. This is something I've wanted for a long time, just because we've had a lackluster Mario Kart 8 and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe roster. Mario Kart 8 Wii U's roster was abysmal, because they left out characters like Dry Bones, Dry Bowser, King Boo, and Bowser Jr. It was ridiculous how bad that one was. But I mean, they fixed it in Deluxe a little bit. They still left out some important characters. But now it looks like they're fixing that issue too. So yeah, that's huge. Very huge. I don't really know what could happen for Waves 5 and 6, but I am here for it. Possibly more battle tracks, possibly, more options for racing. Who knows? Anything is possible. They've really outdone themselves with Booster Course Pass they've just brought in so many awesome tracks that have been left out of the game. Retro courses were brought into the game that hadn't had their chance of being a retro course. It's to be expected that tracks like Waluigi Pinball, which appeared in Mario Kart 7, and then Choco Mountain that appeared in Mario Kart DS, those tracks wouldn't appear in base game 8, but they do appear in the Booster Course Pass because they're fan favorite retro courses. So yeah, they've really outdone themselves, and I'm really looking forward to what could come next. Really briefly, I want to explain something that doesn't have anything to do with Wave 4 or the Booster Course Pass. You may notice in my intro that I have this logo called the Kart Park Crew, and basically it's my server, but it's not specifically for my channel. It's for all of my friends that are Mario Kart fans that are making Mario Kart videos and just want to promote their videos a bit more. So it's a great server. It's safe and it's enjoyable. There's lots of Mario Kart fans in there. You can talk about all things Mario Kart related or pretty much anything else. There's lots of custom roles, so you can design the server however you want. It's really awesome. Jay Soldier Pro and Lee, who I mentioned before, are members of the KPC, and you can join too. Just add me on Discord. My tag is seen there, and I will send you an invite to the server. I'd be more than happy to. We want to grow. We want to grow as a community. So if you're interested in a Mario Kart community, then this one might be for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have anything that I didn't say, go ahead and put your thoughts below. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That would be wonderful. I'd really appreciate it. It helps motivate me to make more videos. That's going to be it for now. This is MDubs signing out.